Hello! Welcome to OJ Studios. Please enjoy this week's chapter of what I did during spring break. Chapter 3: Waking Up. I felt like I got hit by a ton of bricks. I opened my eyes, but the world around me was too blurry to see anything. I was still strapped down to the bed and I could not move my arms or legs higher than maybe an inch. So, the first thing I did was tap each of my fingers onto the bed that I was laying on just to make sure I had all 10. I wiggled my toes inside, a sigh of relief knowing that the procedure did not kill me. But the new question was, did the procedure work? Was I a kid? I started to get up even though my vision was still blurry, but I could feel a hand on my shoulder stop me. "Whoa, Mr. Reed!" I could hear Eric say. "Take it easy, your body has changed significantly. Give yourself time to get used to your new body." "So, it worked?" I said. My voice was hoarse and a bit high-pitched, but I figured that was to be expected. If I were a little kid again, then my voice would be one of a little kid too. "Oh yeah," Eric said with a chuckle. "It worked perfectly." "So, what do I look like?" I asked, but then changed my question. "Am I a boy still?" "You'll find out soon," Eric said. "Till then, rest your eyes and relax." I closed my eyes and relaxed. My mind raced repeatedly on what I could expect when I finally could get up. I must have fallen back to sleep because next thing I remember is Steven waking me up by shaking my shoulder. "Time to get up, kiddo," he calmly whispered. I opened my eyes and was surprised to see that I was able to see a lot more clearly now. "Hey," I said, my voice seemed even higher pitched than before. To be honest with you, I was starting to get more scared about the question of if I was still a boy or if I was now a girl. I really didn't want to be a girl for the whole week. "So did Justin make it through alright?" I asked. "Yup, he's now a 10-year-old boy." I sighed a sigh of relief. I hoped that since Justin was still male, then that would mean that somehow, I was still a male. "What about Abby?" I asked. "She got a little worse? She's 6 now." I laughed a little and that made Steven start to laugh too. "She hates it, you know how independent she is. Can you imagine how she will be during the week? She will not be able to do anything by herself. It is going to be hell." "Is she still a girl?" "Of course, I don't think even this miracle of science could make a girl who is as much of a girly girl as Abby a boy." I brightened up at that fact. Both Justin and Abby were both the same gender as they had come in with. I was starting to like my odds. "So how old am I?" I figured I should get the easy question out of the way first. Steven reached up to a clipboard above my head and looked through the paperwork on it. "You're 9, he finally said. I sighed in relief. At least I was not the worst case scenario of 2 years old. Look, I know what you're going to ask next, and I know you're not going to like what I'm going to say," Steven said. "Just tell me," I said, giving up. I knew what he was going to tell me. All I could do was brace for it. "Luke, you are a 9-year-old girl." This was a stupid mistake. Why did I ever think this was a good idea? With my luck lately, how did I ever think that this was going to go smoothly? Note to self: next time a friend of mine says a professor who is looking for test subjects, is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, listen to him. If I did right now, I would still be 19 years old, and while I might not be a few $1,000s richer, but I would be able to pee while standing up. I looked at myself in the mirror trying to make sense of the girl in front of me. I could see the evidence that the girl was me, like if I moved my right hand the girl would move hers too. But I could not wrap my brain around how I had changed like this. I went from a boy with shaggy untamed blonde hair to a girl with long straight brunette hair that went down to my shoulders. My hazel eyes were changed to a bright beautiful green just like Steven's were. I looked around and could not stop thinking about how everything was so much taller than I was used to them being. Even getting off the bed was a difficult task. I wondered what Abby and Justin now looked like. Since we all used the same hair follicles, we were now biologically siblings. I wore just my t-shirt until Steven could get my clothes to wear. The shirt was way too big on me and felt more like a dress, which the thought of it made me shudder. I know for certain I will never wear a dress while I look like this. I could not help but pull up the shirt a few times while I stood in front of the mirror to look at my new private area just to confirm that yes, I was a girl, and no, this was not just a prank by Steven. Heads up! I heard Steven yell as he threw a bag over the top of the cubicle. I let the bag drop to the floor before grabbing it and pouring its contents out onto the bed. You couldn't have gotten boy clothes? I asked as soon as I saw the bag was filled with girls' clothes. Sorry Luke, Dr. Serengeti thinks it's better for you in the test if you wear girls' clothes until you change back. I sighed and picked up the clothes. At least it was not a dress or a skirt, I thought. Plus, they look halfway normal for a girl my age too. I took off my old t-shirt and picked up the pink flowery underwear with a lace trim shaped like flowers around the waistband. I rolled my eyes and found the front of the panties and put them on. I then grabbed a pair of jeans and slid them on, only noticing that the legs just went to the top of my ankles. They're just capri jeans, I said to myself, only knowing that because I grew up with two sisters. Of course, I did not notice that they had little colorful flowers on the sides of them till later. Next, I put on a pink shirt that was made of soft materials. Once I put it on, I noticed that there was elastic band around each small sleeve, so both sleeves would puff up. At the end of each sleeve was a lettuce cut ruffled. Plus, an elastic band just under my chest, allowing the bottom to flare out, making the shirt look even more girly. Lastly, there was a pair of pink and white ankle socks and a pair of pink Nikes. I put them on and rechecked myself in the mirror. I looked like every other girl that you would see in public. The only difference would be I had the mind of an adult man. I had just got done looking in the mirror when Steven walked in. "How do you feel?" he asked. "Weird," I said, still trying to get over the fact that I sound like I sucked helium out of a balloon. "Look," Steven said, getting down on his knees so he could be at my level. "They just paid me the first $1,000 payment for each of you. A lot of it is going to go to buy clothes for you all. Now I do have to buy some skirts, dresses, and other girly things for you, that is the rules, but unless you tell me that you want to, I will not make you wear them. I am here to support you. I can only imagine how weird this must be for you." "Thank you," I said in a whisper. The whole thought that I would be going shopping for girls' clothes for me seemed like a thought that I could not get over in my head. The thought seemed so foreign. "Are you ready to see the others?" he asked, holding out his hand. "They're ready to meet their new temporary sister." "Won't they make fun of me?" I asked. "Nah, they know you're a girl now and they understand." I smiled a little and took Steven's hand. "Ready or not, here I come!"